Hey, I am in Pitsanulok in the quite rural area of Thailand. Not many foreigners come here, and just Thai people are here, and it's really nice. The nature is beautiful here, not so crowded. But there is always one problem when you're in Thailand, one downside, and that is the Thai language, because not many people really, especially the older one, they don't speak much English. So the best is if you can learn some Thai language, at least some basics, and that will really, the locals will really appreciate that, and they will be really happy when they see you are trying to learn Thai language. So here I have my friend who I met in this guest house, and uh, he's from Poland. He's professor, actually, linguistic professor, but he's also learning Thai now. And
Hello, everyone.
This is Irek.
Yes, my name is Irek. I'm from Poland, from the University of Silesia, and I'm currently learning Thai. Well, and I will give you some tips on
What about you? How can you start learning Thai language?
Well, I just considered Thai as a challenging language, and I like doing challenging things, right?
So now you can speak how many languages?
Depends, fluently, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I speak Spanish and English and basically Russian, Portuguese, a bit of German, French a little bit. Well, maybe I'm not doing very well, and Polish, of course. Yeah. But I've learned many languages for descriptive reasons only. There are different reasons I'm learning foreign languages. I even don't know how many languages I have learned in my life. Maybe
so
40.
Languages are your passion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
my profession and my passion.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll give you some example about the Thai language. You have quite learned. How long you have been learning Thai language?
It's been 6 months now that I'm learning the Thai language, and I feel quite secure.
Could you tell me what were your frustration with the Thai language? Like you told me with the tones, you had some problem. Yes. How did it start?
Yes, the tones are a very big frustration. Were at the beginning because I ignored them totally.
Right. What was the story? You learned some words, right?
Yeah, I learned a lot of words ignoring the tones, in fact.
And what happened?
And then when I wanted to say something, people didn't understand me in the street, right? Because I was confusing the tone. I was not using any tones, and they just misunderstood me on many occasions.
So right? For Thai, the tones are very important.
Very important. They also confuse them sometimes, but very important.
Sometimes they will understand in the context, but sometimes they will not understand at all. Yeah.
That is true. So I was later on a little bit unhappy to go through the material again and to introduce the tones,
Right. And now you are good. I see you talking with the locals. They quite understand you, yeah?
Yeah, they do understand me, but I still find it difficult to understand them because they speak in a number of dialects here.
Right. That's another thing.
They speak standard Thai,
it's like every language, it has dialects, right?
That's true, right. Like with
okay, so you will give us some advices about the Thai language, how to, some tips, right? Some guidelines, because some people can get frustrated and then they stop learning. Like, for example, like myself, I've been stuck with the tones and then I was frustrated. I didn't want to learn. I said that's not for me, and I meet many people, they do like that. Yeah. And you actually helped me with the tones. You give me some example that nobody could give me before. Yeah, so maybe you have some tips for some viewers. Maybe they will find interesting. Yeah,
actually, first of all, before learning Thai, be sure that you already know some words from it, because Thai likes borrowing from English. Like, for example, motasai is a motorcycle, fire is fire or electricity, right, or light. Yeah. Many words have Wi-Fi, computer.
Especially the new words, huh?
The new words, right? Down low, up low, right? So these are like Thai words. Well, they are from English, of course. And Thai is based on 3 principles. As you said, tones. You must not disregard the tones. You must not ignore them. Yeah, you have to learn them. Yeah. Consonants and vowels. As regards tones. Actually, they are not as difficult as you may think at first, because tones are an example of language economy. They help you actually remember the words better, right? Before going to the tones, I need to tell you some words about the vowels and consonants. So tones refer to vowels. These are vowels and these are consonants. Right? Perhaps let's start with the consonants. Thai is normally said to have 44 consonants, but it has actually 45 letters, not consonants. So some letters are represented by the same characters. So if you deduct 23 from 44, you obtain 21 consonants only. Right? So you must not confuse the following consonants. They are very important. They change the meaning. If you confuse them, you change the meaning. So there is b, p, p, d, t, and t. So here we can stop. For example, when you say d, it means good. When you say t, it means to hit. And when you say thi, it means time. Some point, I mean time reference, right? So the time marker. Also, they pronounce g and k. Well, this is the same sound, in fact. G, k. They don't distinguish between k, k. So g or k and k. If you say guy, it means chicken. If you say kai, it means an egg, right? Then you have j, and then chi shi. Chi shi is the same, basically. Chi shi. Then you have r, l is basically the same in many contexts. R, l, and sometimes r, l is well, actually differentiates between the meaning. As regards vowels, Thai is said to have 18 vowels, but as a matter of fact it has 9 vowels because some of the vowels are short and long. E, e, e. This is about opening. You go from E to A and you obtain the sequence. Yeah, right? So yeah. Then you have U, O. This is more open. So you obtain these going from U to A. So U, right? This is more open than this one. This is closed, open, right? And long version U, O, right? And then the central ones. So so this is is between E and U. So and you go right? So and long vowels. Right, fine. So, well, and the tones, of course. Here I have a special section.
Yeah, this is very important.
Special
tones,
section.
yeah.
This is the most perhaps confusing, right, aspect of the Thai language. So tones in Thai. Right, I chose the vowel A to demonstrate the tones. Right, tones refer to vowels. They always fall on the vowels. Right. So flat tone, high tone, low tone, rising tone, and falling tone. So flat tone, as if you don't care. High tone, for low tone, rising tone, and falling tone, So the flat tone is pronounced as if you don't care. High tone is above the, right, on the scale, above the flat tone. So and low tone is below, right? And you go down. And rising is from low to high, right? And falling is from high to low, right? So there is some regularity here. Right? So there are some examples here. Tones are very important because if you confuse the tones, you change the meaning, in fact. For example, klai, flat tone, means far, and klai, falling tone, means near, right? So make sure you
completely opposite.
Yes,
yeah,
completely opposite. But at the same time, this opposition actually helps you remember the words better because you use the same. Right. You actually use tones.
You are really careful how to use it if you know. If you care about tones, but if you're just ignorant, you will confuse the meaning. You have a lot of problems, and I heard many people. You can give example with suai. I know this example.
Oh yes, suai means beautiful, and suai means unlucky.
Yeah. So if you say some girl, you want to give a compliment that she's beautiful, but actually you say she's unlucky and she doesn't recognize that you're a foreigner and that this is your problem. She can be really insulted.
All right.
So you have to be really careful.
Yeah, of course. Also
some words. Okay, and this ma is
also confusing. So long a, of course, here, and the flat tone ma means to come. No, ma come. High tone ma means horse, and rising tone ma means a dog.
Yeah, right.
And here, mot high tone means an ant, the insect, and mot means finished.
Finish, yeah.
My means no. My means a question word, is the end, appears at the end of yes/no questions, and my low tone means new.
Right, right.
Yes, so that's-
Very interesting, yeah. I know we all struggle with these tones, so thank you very much
but they are
for
not as difficult as
explanation.
they seem, right? Of course.
Okay, he tried to do some brief explanation because he can go much to the details, but this is the basic things, yeah. I hope you learned something, and don't forget to confuse suai and suai.
Yes.
No?
Suai and suai.
Suai,
Yes.
flat,
Yes.
flat, suai,
Suai. Actually,
suai,
suai is
a bit-
unlucky,
and lucky.
and rising tone suai is
Just be careful if
beautiful.
you meet a girl to use the rising. Suai, right?
Yeah.
So you say suai to the girl, suai.
Yeah.
Say to the girl, just this, be careful, otherwise.
Or if you want to avoid this problem, you can use nam to say beautiful.
Nam, really?
Nam,
I haven't
nam,
heard.
nam.
And it's
This is-
funny, for the woman is suai, and for the man is
Law.
law.
Yes,
yeah,
handsome. Law.
puchai law.
Pu chai is a boy.
Yeah, it's a boy.
Pu ying is a girl.
It's
so
a
you
girl,
say
right.
Pu ying suai mak. So a beautiful girl, but when you say Pu chai law
It's a low, yeah.
mak,
Wow.
a very handsome boy.
Right,
Yes.
right. And some basics, maybe you can say some basic words like how you say, we know, kapunka for the woman.
Yes.
That's the thing. And sabadika.
Yes. In
This
the
kind
word thank you, you actually have the following vowels and consonants. So the beginning vowel is this one, k. So you start with k. The tone is low, going down, right?
Oh, okay, this is too complicated
Right.
for me.
And the vowel is long and open.
He is like a scientist.
Yes. So you say,
What
wait a minute, I will tell you
okay.
something interesting.
Okay.
So when you say kop, kun, kap, as a man, it means thank you.
Yeah.
But many foreigners say gop, kun, something, kap, and gop means a frog.
Oh.
Right? So kop and gop are two different things.
Right,
Gop-
right.
Yeah. So many foreigners say gop, and Thai people.
And it's funny,
laugh
many,
at that.
because they are going, many foreigners, they go, for example, for massage, and all the girls in the end they will say kapunka,
Yeah.
and they think it's thank you, and then all the foreigners will thank you with kapunka
Yes.
instead of kapunka, because for men it's different.
Yes.
And they think just repeat.
Men say kap and women say ka.
That's right, yeah. Okay, that's for today's lesson. I hope your brain didn't explode too much or warm up too much, yeah. Or if it did, just cool down. Okay, ciao.